Good morning, students. In the last period, we completed our first chapter, Nutrition in Plants. Today, I am going to start your second chapter, Nutrition in Animals. In this chapter, we will learn about different ways of taking food by animals, digestive system of humans, digestion in grass-eating animals, feeding and digestion in amoeba, which is called single-cell organism, which is called as a single-cell organism. Now, we will start our chapter. You have learned in chapter first that plants can prepare their own food by the process of photosynthesis, but animals cannot. We are aware about that. In the first chapter we learned that only plants, they can make their own food by the process of photosynthesis. Whole photosynthesis process, as I already learned in the first chapter, and we already learned this also, animals cannot make their own food. Animals get their food from plants either directly by eating plants or indirectly by eating animals that eat plants. In the first chapter, one line is mentioned: animals are directly or indirectly depend upon the plant. Because animals, they are directly getting their food from the plants, or they are eating the plant eating animals. From that they are get their nutrients. Some animals eat both plants and animals. Recall that all organisms, including humans, require food for growth, repair and functioning of the body. We are aware about that the organisms, they require food for the proper growth, repair the body parts and functioning of the body. All the processes are there: respiration, digestion. For the functioning all these body processes, food is most important. Animal nutrition includes nutrient requirement, which nutrients are required for the body, mode of intake of food, by the in which way they are taking the food, and utilization in the body, and proper utilization by the body. You have studied in class 6 that food consists many components. Food consists many components. Try to recall and list them below. In class 6, in chapter number 2, components of a food, in that we learn about there are 6 major components are there. First one, protein; second, carbohydrate; third, fats; fourth, vitamins; fifth, minerals; sixth, water and dietary fibers. Next one, the component of food such as carbohydrates are complex substances. Complex substances I already mentioned in chapter number first. Carbohydrates are, there are three components are there: one, carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. That's why it is called as a complex substances. The complex substances cannot be utilized as such. These are the complex substances our body cannot utilize as usual. For that purpose, so they are broken down into the simpler substances. So they have to broken down into the simpler substances. The breakdown of complex components the breakdown of complex components of food into the simpler substances is called digestion. These are the complex substances, and it will be converted into the simpler substances, and it is called as a digestion. It is the definition of digestion. Now, the first point of this chapter is different ways of taking food. We will see the what is the concept. The mode of taking food into the body varies in different organism. We are aware about that the whole world is a whole world. There are many more different types of organisms are there, and different ways they are taking the food inside their body. We will see the examples. Bees and hummingbird suck the nectar from the plant. Bees and hummingbird suck the nectar of plants. Infants of human and many other animals feed on mother's milk. Snakes like python swallow the animals they prey upon. Some aquatic animals filter tiny food particles floating nearby and feed upon them. Here, hummingbird and bees, they suck the nectar from the plants. Infants of humans and many other animals feed on the mother's milk. Snake like python swallow the animals they prey upon. Python अजगर तो गिळून टाकतो. Some aquatic animals filter tiny food particles floating nearby and feed upon them. We are aware about the fish which is depend upon the tiny food particles which is floating nearby and feed upon them. Here we will see our next activity, activity 2.1. Here we will see the activity. What is the activity? What is the type of food and mode of feeding of the following animals? Write down your observation in the given table. You may find the list of modes feeding given below the table helpful. The table helpful. Here in the table 2.1, various mode of feeding, the name is given, and in that some name of the animals are given, which kind of food they are taking, and which mode of feeding they are using for that. In this way, one table is given and you have to complete it. Afterwards we will see, shortly we will see which type of food they are taking and which type of feeding they are using for that. First one, snail, and kind of food, insects, and feeding mode of feeding, scrapping, ant, grains, scrapping and chewing, eagle, fish, capturing and swallowing, hummingbird, as already mentioned upper side, nectar and sucking process, lice, which is present on the head, which is called as in Marathi in a local language का उवा ज्या डोक्यामध्ये असतात, and which is suck the blood and sucking process, mosquito, blood sucking process, butterfly, nectar, siphoning, and housefly, liquid food, housefly, liquid food, sponging, which is absorb the liquid, Next, here our next point is amazing fact. Here one amazing fact is mentioned, in that it is mentioned about the starfish, how the starfish they are taking their food and how it will be digested. Here we will see starfish feeds on the animals covered by the hard cells of calcium carbonate. After opening the shell, the starfish pops out its stomach through its mouth and eat the soft animals inside the cell. The stomach then goes back into the body and the food is slowly digested. Here you can see the picture of the starfish on the screen. In that, in the middle, their mouth will be there. From that, the stomach will be comes out. It takes the small soft animals inside, and after again stomach goes back into the body and the food will be digested slowly. The whole process is mentioned there. Now the next point, our next point is digestion in humans. The most important part, digestion in humans. We take in food through the mouth, digest and utilize it. We are aware about that. We are taking the food from the mouth and digest it and utilize it. The unused part of the food are defecated. And have you ever wondered what happens to the food inside the body? We are aware about that. For daily purposes we are eating food, for energy purpose we are eating food, but what happens in our body with the food, how body will utilize this, we will see in this chapter. The food passes through the continuous canal. Which begins at the buccal cavity. Buccal cavity जो आपला जबडा आहे तो, जिथे आपण फूड चेव करतो, and ends at the anus. Anus, गुरुद्वार. From that part, the unwanted material will be released outside from the body. Here we will see the canal can be divided into the various compartments. First one, the buccal cavity, food pipe, which is also a scientific name, esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine, large intestine, ending in the rectum. Rectum is the part where the unwanted material will be stored, and the anus is the major part which will be released unwanted materials from outside outside from the body. The food components gradually get digested as food travels through the various compartment. The food cannot be digested in a particular one compartment. It will be digested from various compartment, where various different nutrients will be absorbed, and different nutrients will be absorbed. The inner walls of the stomach and small intestine and the various glands associated with canal, such as salivary glands, the liver and the pancreas, secrete digestive juices. The food particles will be absorbed, the nutrients will be absorbed in the stomach and the small intestine, and for them various glands which is helpful for that. First one, salivary glands, liver and pancreas. Livers and pancreas. salivary gland की जिथून सलाइवा बाहेर पडते. लिव्हर यकृत in Marathi and pancreas स्वादुपिंड. The digestive juices are convert complex substances of food into the simpler one. Complex substances of food into the simpler ones. The digestive tract and the associated glands together constitute the digestive system. Here, upper side in figure 2.2, digestive system, human digestive system. All the parts are shown which will be comes into the digestive system. First one, buccal cavity, salivary gland, esophagus, liver, gallbladder, stomach, pancreas, small intestine, large intestine, rectum, and lastly anus will be there. We will see one by one all these parts. The first one, the mouth and buccal cavity. The mouth and buccal cavity. Food is taken into the body through the mouth. Food is taken into the body through the mouth, and the process of taking food into the body into the body is called ingestion. Into the body is called ingestion. The food taken in the body, it is called as an ingestion. We chew the food with the teeth and break it down mechanically into small pieces. We are not swallowing the food. Some materials we are swallow, but some many more food particles we have to break it mechanically into the small pieces, and then we are swallow. And each tooth is rooted in a separate socket and in the separate gums. Our teeth vary in appearance and perform different functions. Accordingly, they are given different names. Here another one activity is mentioned there. Simple activity will be there. Activity 2.2. Wash your hands, look into the mirror and count your teeth. Use your index finger to feel the teeth. Index finger to feel the teeth. How many kinds of teeth could you find? Here we will see. Take a piece of an apple or bread and eat it. Which teeth do you use for biting and cutting, and which ones for piercing and tearing? Find out the ones that you are used for chewing and grinding. And record your observation. Here upper side figure is mentioned there. Arrangement of teeth and different types of teeth. Here arrangement is shown there, and different types of teeth. There are the four types of teeth will be there: incisor, canine, premolar and molar. Canine, molar and premolar as shown there. Here in the downside table 2.2 will be mentioned, and in that type of teeth for which purpose we are using. Here cutting and biting teeth, piercing and tearing teeth, chewing and grinding teeth. Number of teeth, we are aware about that. In our buccal cavity there are two jaws will be there, upper jaw and lower jaw. And from that we have to calculate total teeth. How many total teeth will be there? Here for the cutting and biting teeth we are using incisor. First four teeth will be there as shown, and this as shown on the screen. You can see on the screen. In lower jaw 4 teeth will be there, and upper jaw again 4 teeth will be there. Total 8 teeth will be there. We are using for the cutting and biting. Next one, piercing and tearing. For that purpose we are using canine, and for the lower jaw 2 teeth will be there, and upper jaw 2 teeth will be there. Here total 4 will be there. Next one, chewing and grinding teeth. For that purpose we are using premolar and molar teeth. You can see on the screen there are premolar 4 teeth will be there, and molar 6 teeth will be there. For the lower jaw and upper jaw same quantity of the number will be there. Here lower jaw 10 teeth will be there, and upper jaw 10 teeth will be there. Here the total will be cutting and biting teeth 8 will be there. Piercing and tearing 4 teeth will be there, and chewing and grinding teeth 20 teeth will be there, and total 32 teeth will be there. Here one part will be there mentioned, milk teeth and permanent teeth. We are aware about that. What is the concept? We will see. Do you remember about the falling your teeth some years ago? The first set of the teeth during grows during infancy and they fall off at the age between 6 to 8 years. 6 to 8 year. These are terms as a milk teeth. We are aware about that after the new when baby is born, that time after 9 months, after 10 months, new freshly new teeth will be appeared, grows, and which is called as a milk teeth, and it will be falls off at the age of 6 to 8. After that the second set of the teeth replaces them are called as a permanent teeth, and these permanent teeth may last throughout the life or fall off during the old age or due to the some dental diseases. These permanent teeth may last throughout the life but maybe falls off during the old age and because of the some dental diseases. For that purpose we have to cure, we have to protect our teeth, we have to protect our teeth. Today in this period we will complete it up to this. In next period we will see the remaining part of this chapter.